region in Texas, Lubbock, Texas, to be specific. There was a guy named Larry Pearson who's just been sentenced to 70 years for spitting on police officers. From the time he was apprehended all the way up until he arrived at the jail, he was spitting on the officers. And they've basically, it's been in reports and quotes that they've sent the message. They gave that man 70 years.
70 or 7?
70. They gave him 70 years, and might I add, the governor Abbott of Texas, he's about to pardon a white man for killing a Black Lives Matter protester. He about to pardon him, and they just, in the midst of that, giving this dude 70 years for spitting on him.
How you feel about that, Trey?
That's major.
I guess he's trying to make a statement. I mean, that's the ultimate disrespect, but I don't think it warrants 70 years.
I was going to say 70
I think I
years.
just seen in the newspaper, you see it every week, Ascension Parish, Livingston Parish. Shit, they get 6 years for child molestation, incest with family members. So, I mean, I don't know what his angle or what his point was, but I'm sure he got one. I imagine if you look a little further into it, he got a reason for giving him 70 years, besides just spitting on him.
I know some people like to argue that it's his priors that's going to give him 70, that they just adding that up to, but still, though, like, 70 years.
His prize don't add up.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying he should just, because I hate spit. Like,
that's
really
so unprecedented. I feel like he got that had to have been a reach, and I feel like he'll end up back in court giving some of that back. That's unheard of.
70 years for spitting on the police?
I mean, that's something you might want to try to see if you could get the court minutes and see what was actually said. Because I'm sure he gave him a reason why he gave him 70 years.
That's crazy. I'm with Abbott in Texas, man. They say don't mess with Texas. I wish I had something. I'm voting for off with Abbott head, man. That something got to be done about that. I hope somebody can end up looking into that. In closer news, more at home news, if y'all don't know, Louisiana lawmakers then proposed a House Bill 442, which would grant peace officers around Louisiana $8.5 million for bulletproof vests. Now, myself, I could think of 100 different ways to use $8.5 million. Being a resident in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man, how y'all feel about that?
Explain to the people what a peace officer is.
A peace officer, that's the people that y'all see day to day in these patrol cars. You have people that do dispatch, that's behind a podium or a desk that get your calls, and you have the people that ride around, respond to your calls. The ones that you see standing at your gas stations, grouped up at night drinking coffee or whatnot. Them your peace officers. The ones that take the street. $8.5 million in funding for vests. How y'all feel about that? Y'all as taxpayers.
I haven't heard no police getting shot.
Huh?
Well, they need some bulletproof vests.
Speak up, sweetheart.
I haven't heard of any police getting shot.
The only police that I know of that have been shot here got shot by somebody that wasn't from here, and that was during the Allen Sterling situation or something like that.
Nah, yeah.
I think it's for just in case, because it's like, I feel like I know eventually a war gonna come onto them police, bro. They
man, Google how much a bulletproof vest is.
He actually said that I forget the brand of vest, but they was $2,500 per vest. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said though, that's for just in case, because it ain't looking good for the police.
I think just spend some of that money on our roads.
Roads.
Anything. Schools.
What you call parks? What you call the gyms, like the brick parks and whatnot?
But they need police though.
We have police.
But this is what I'm saying though. Like this
is
what I'm saying. Like they don't want to make the job harder to fill. They like it's to the point now where most people are scared of being the police. Not as many people want to be the police now.
Ain't no police that got shot at no time in recent.
That's not changing how people are looking at police now, and they know
that's
that
not my
ain't
point.
nobody.
That's best they gonna get ain't gonna change us from looking at them in different.
My point
that's
is
that's why I said that's for just in case.
You know how much
because the war coming on the
money on
police.
just in case.
My point is. Why you ain't use that $8.5 million to better serve the citizens of Louisiana?
They don't care about that.
Like
they most scared of losing police power.
Teachers that's dealing with these bad ass.
They don't care about that. They most scared of losing police power. That's what they most scared of.
And then I believe I read that the funds was going to be looked over by like the Louisiana Police Commission or some commission in Louisiana. Man, I think it's going to be a lot of.
What they do with the old vets?
Man, it's going to be a lot of money. That's a good question. That is a good question.
I just did the math. That's like 3,400 vests at $2,500 a vest. That's 3,400 vests.
Wouldn't y'all agree that it's more than 3,400 peace officers in Louisiana?
Yes, they looking for more.
You don't think? That math still ain't mathing.
No.
It's going to be a lot of people eat off that. That's the usual United. That's the American way. Man, we got to start going. We got to do better. I know all those probably stay in different districts. Man, we got to start showing up and
to these city council meetings.
To these city council meetings.
But this what I want to know. I got a question, real talk, because I'm glad.
It's a proposed bill too. So you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, it's proposed.
Now, see, I got a question.
What you got?
Like this like real talk now. Since I know we in the trenches, I can ask this. Y'all really think our votes really matter like that?
Absolutely.
So see, first of all, this is what I want to say. Most of the time, white people and black people don't really be agreeing on a lot of these bills, right?
Yes.
Even on the presidents. Let's say we just talk about the presidents. When the presidential election was going on, and it was Trump and Hillary Clinton, we knew most white people was voting for Trump, most black people was voting for Clinton. Or even the Obama case, you know, most 9 times out of 10, where most of the white people are voting towards, most of the black people are voting towards. Of course, they got some that's mixed in on both sides, but let's say all the white people vote on their side and all the black people vote on their side. What are black people considered, first of all? We are the minority for a reason. Either way it goes, we losing that because all of our votes in Louisiana go into one vote. And that's the majority. We are not the majority. It don't really matter. It's really, to me, it's really something that makes us think that it's matter.
But it doesn't.
But it don't.
Before I can say anything about anything, I gotta first take accountability and know, man, I know I ain't never voted in my life.
I've never voted in my life either.
It's
yeah,
so.
I've been voted.
What you think this? What do you think this false sense of? Because again, I don't agree with you. Where you think this false sense of your vote don't count came from?
I mean, individually, maybe not so as you know, if you count single votes, but yeah, they count.
There are two different versions of them. There's an electoral vote and a popularity vote. And at the end of the day, a president will be elected based off the electoral vote, not the popularity vote.
Me personally, bro, I don't know too many black people myself that I could just reach out and touch. I'm talking about in my age range that just been going out and voting since they've been able to vote. Like,
but y'all missing my point.
My siblings vote. Like,
you can't get that data.
Push us to vote.
Come again?
My mom, like, she always pushed us to vote. Like, all her kids, we was like 18, we were older than them. Like, we all vote. She used to take us. So she enforced in us to vote that your vote does matter.
Hey, and that's
like
something.
You said that you haven't voted, and you, how old are you? That's crazy to me.
I'll be 30.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
So you can't complain about.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you,
it ain't your mama's fault. Like, you supposed to do that yourself.
You can't get that data if you ain't got enough people indulging in the experiment, indulging in the voting. You can't. It's too many people. It's too many factors missing. Enough of us ain't going. Period. Point blank.
And that is true. But I'm still just thinking of the fact of us being the minority and me knowing who the majority is. It's gonna go their way every time.
Either way it go, Louisiana is a Republican state. We don't never vote.
I disagree with that.
And most black people are have democratic mindsets.
When you deal with bills that got, talking about tax dollars and what money is allocated to, I don't think it's really racially charged votes. Because we thinking about dollars, you know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking about what the niggas want or what the white people want. I think both sides focus on what a dollar wants.
And the white people gonna put their money where their mouth at, for sure.
But what I'm saying is, it's still more of them.
True.
That's the only thing that I'm saying. That even if we all, like, let's say we all vote,
it's just more than them.
It's just more of them.
But when we're talking about money, some of these things we're gonna agree on. Because our kids going to the same school, we travel the same.
That's true. Some things we are going to agree on, but one thing that we have yet to agree on is these presidential elections. Because most black people would rather Democrats, because Democrats cater more to the lesser end people.
That's a whole rabbit hole. Because in my recent coming into knowing certain stuff about politics, why are you a Democrat? Whoever, that's BS. I think I agree a lot more with Republican ideas than Democrats.
I low key do too, but at the same time, you'd have to consider certain things that Republicans push for. They push for getting rid of food stamps. We definitely paying back student loans. You know what I'm saying? The taxes, you pay high taxes, but the market be good. Gas prices be low.
That's basically what you're talking about. The rich and the poor when you're talking about the Republican and Democrat.
Right.
You're going to have different views.
The Republicans, they are about making the rich richer. Democrats are more so we gonna try to cater to more. That's where a lot of the welfare programs are coming from. Democratic presidents.
I think that's
Republicans not doing that. Republicans doing away with all of that.
I agree with that for a long time, but I think that's a shallow way of looking at it. I think the Republican Party is built up off of business, good and profitable,
and business. They feel like they wasting money on welfare and government assistance.
What is Donald Trump?
He's a Republican.
Yep,
for sure. He's a businessman. He's a Republican.
Everybody wants Trump back in there.
Hey,
I want Trump back in there.
Hold on. Look, speaking of Trump.
That's what they're saying.